Hello, Alan and Sherlock here again. In this next video, going to be working with a couple of ladies that are encountering problems with dog reactivity and people reactivity. These dogs are getting very protective and they're also very stimulated by other dogs running around and other intact males. One is an intact male Groenendahl of about 2 years of age. The other is a Belgian Travern, about 2 years of age, intact male. These dogs have been in fights with each other before and have caused some pretty pronounced problems at dog shows too for their handlers. And you might ask, well, how did they become champions? Because you have to take them to a dog show, right? Well, when you pass your dog off to a professional handler develops a very intimate relationship with the dog, and they're not going to let them get away with too much. But as soon as they come back to the owners, they can be a completely different monster, if you know what I mean. So one of the things that I want to emphasize is that you can do all of the training you want with other people handling your dog, but ultimately your dog has to respect you. And if it doesn't, you're going to have problems with your own dog listening to you or being under control. So you're going to watch me walk them through some different techniques. And there are many different ways of handling this. This is just what I think is one of the more effective ones. And equipment and how the equipment should be used. So I want you to watch and learn, and I'll see you at the other end of the video. Two hands, let's say I'm walking up to Cindy and I have a situation. Now I can put two hands together and just use my body to tighten. When he relaxes, I'll loosen a little bit. When he relaxes, I'll loosen. But when he starts so both hands are here, thumbs up. Yeah, perfect. But I am providing an interruption that he's going to respect. Does that make sense? He needs to know that you can handle him without getting out of control. Put your dominant collar on him. So I like fitted slip collars or dominant collars to fit accurately on the neck, way up high. The problem is if the dog grows. This dog is going to grow, and which means you have to just keep buying bigger and bigger collars. Where with a fitted slip collar that you can slide the keeper down, you don't have to buy a bigger one. So if you need two hands, it might be better for you to use two hands, but your sole focus is not going to be on treats. It's not going to be on that he heels perfectly straight. It's going to be on that he doesn't act inappropriate when he sees stimuli. Okay?
So it's kind of a slow pull up.
Yeah, until he feels
with
it.
My hand this way.
Your hand can be in any position when you're pulling. But when you release the pressure, the reason that I'm having you turn your hand like that is so that you can pet him. This also ensures that the leash or the collar is getting loose. I don't want it to be tight all the time.
And what I'm noticing, you showed us the leather collar.
Yes.
This is not releasing.
Right.
Because it's caught in his fur.
Because it's caught in his fur.
Yeah.
So I like leather. It just performs better. Whether it's a heavy coated dog or a sparsely coated dog, the leather performs much more efficiently. Okay? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to walk by them. There's some details in this next segment that I would like to explain before Sherlock falls asleep on me. One is that it's important that these fitted slip or dominant collars sit very high on the neck, and that when we're using them, as you see, we are going to be positioning the dog very close to our side and pulling almost straight up or slightly forward, which seems to be counterintuitive. We're trying to pull the dogs away from each other, right? Wrong. What we're trying to do is use the equipment to get the dog to want to look away so that we can immediately release the pressure and reward. Start with right now, and you're already doing perfect, is I want you guys to be closer together. I don't want you to focus so much on this hand being here, but you're able to, I want you to use your words, whatever words you use, and I want you to just be able to keep him from focusing on things you don't want him to focus on. Now, I don't care what those things are. In other words, it could be a skateboarder, it could be a person playing fetch, but if you need to stop and just get him to regather or look at you, this is the technique that you're going to use to do it.
along the way?
Yes, you
Talk
can.
to him, encourage
You
him?
got it, and I want you to. I want you to do a lot of talking. What I'm trying to say is that the leash can't be tight all the time. Otherwise, it doesn't let him understand what is right and what is wrong. We're trying to make it easy for him to understand correct, incorrect, correct, incorrect. So in real time, what you're doing is you're looking and saying, well, he's thinking about it. Okay?
Yep.
So let's walk.
Heel. Oh,
And
not
we're
doing
not
it now.
focusing on heel so much. We're just focusing on attention. And I'm not really worried about super good performance. I want him to say, my job is to be with you, Mom. My job is not to act badly. So you notice all of this petting and soothing and calming, I still have the leash here. I still have my hands on the leash very close so that if I need to, I can correct him very slowly, but very impressionably.
I can see he's calmer with
Right.
you just for this distance.
Now, while we're doing this, I like what you're doing, Sheila. Come closer and walk by him. But I want you to look at what he's looking at. I like that you're getting your collar up high. While you're pulling your collar up, here's another thing that I want the camera to see is I'm pulling skin down. Loosen that up for me. I'm pulling skin down so that I'm not just sloughing skin up. See how tight that is? Gotta loosen it. I want it looser. I want to actually pull the collar up high, not just do this and then it slides down.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, just keep him right next to you. But when he is next to you, you're inverting your hands and you're petting. Good. But your hands still kind of stay in the same area.
Yeah.
So you like two hands, like you're bringing your hands around on the leash, just like this. I can pet. My hands are still here. I just got to be careful not to undo the correction. But up and slightly forward is going to make him go backwards. If I pull backwards, he's going to want to go forward.
Oh, yeah. I remember
Opposition
reading
reflex,
about that.
yeah, or opposing reflex
Yeah.
is a big thing. But I want you to try to relax a little bit more as you're doing this. Sheila, bring your dog closer. Don't think so much. Stop. Yep, 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 yeah. But doesn't stay tight so long. Sheila, I want you to come back over here. You're holding the leash up tight too much.
Me? Oh, her?
Yes, both of you.
Both of us.
Yeah.
He's being a good boy.
He's an awesome dog.
Good,
It's only tight if he looks. It's only tight if he looks. You should be able to get right next to another dog without him looking.
Good boy.
So it only gets tight if he looks.
Good boy.
But you're pulling towards your body. Watch, loosen up on the leash. Straight up, loose. I'm looking at the eyes. Straight up, loose. Good. Yes. I'm not pulling backwards or laterally. Straight up, loose.
Straight up.
Straight up, loose. Good. Good. So I should be able to get close. Straight up, loose. Don't pet when he's thinking about the other dog. He stays right here.
So did you
Now it's
see
loose.
his paw go out?
Yeah, he's trying to. He knows what's going on. Loose, loose, loose. Loose, loose. Stop.
I see that sign.
See the eyes? I want you to look at eyes. Don't try to interpret behavior from a human perspective.
All right.
Don't.
So you don't think that's playful?
Do you want to test it?
I thought
No.
they start by slapping,
Yes.
but
Good. Now I'm petting because he's looking at,
good. He's looking at me. Good.
and I'm petting because he is.
Yes.
But as soon as he starts to focus on the other dog, it gets a little tight. Just enough to get him to look away. Not your business. And you can add words to it. But you guys are using way too much power and trying to pull them away from each other where you're back in, he's back in you. Don't have to tighten it. I want you to practice using this as a tool that's going to allow you to get closer to other things without feeling like you're going to lose control. You'll see me looking around a lot. We have to find other dogs to practice around. There's only so many times that we can practice this in a quiet setting. The dogs can learn very quickly to avoid negative contact with other animals or people, but we can't do it in a vacuum. We have to get out, we have to get around other dogs and other people. Food becomes irrelevant in this context. Food becomes useless. We have finally found some dogs that we can use. They're on the inside of a tennis court. We can be as close or as far as we want without making anybody feel uncomfortable or compromising our safety or their safety. I recommend to a lot of my students to start using the outside of a dog park where we can control how close or how far we are, depending upon how reactive the dog is and our skills. Are they improving? Can I handle my dog more effectively, which allows me to start getting closer and closer and closer to that fence line. You're also going to notice that I'm going to use a lot less food in this so that we can get the dog to just understand, I want you to be with me. I'm the fun. I'm the good guy. It's your behavior that causes the interruption. Yes. Good. Leave it. So it doesn't matter how that dog acts. What matters is how he responds to you. Good. And do you see I'm praising? No, didn't have to. Right? So this isn't about yelling and screaming. This is about his choice. He makes the choice. Because we can't treat him like a human. If we treat him like a human, you will fail, which means he'll never be able to be off leash. I'm just using our fitted slip. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying anything. It's his choice. So if he looks, pressure. But see how little the pressure is? It's tiny. We can say words until we turn blue, but it's actions that do it. It's actions. So I'm just teaching him not to look. I want you to see something. See, he's making a choice.
Yeah.
Turn your hand over, thumbs up. Yep, walk.
Come on, Jet.
Walk towards me. I'm right here. Walk here. Stop.
Come on, Jet.
Now, let him decide. Loosen. Little. Now loose. You were way late.
Okay.
This is not about words. Because if you have to walk somewhere going, leave it, stop it, no, quit it, you're screwed.
Okay.
This is about his choice. And you're here on earth to be the good guy.
Yep.
You're on earth to be the good guy. That's your whole job. But it doesn't stay, right?
Okay.
Do you see the difference? Don't worry about that.
Oh, he's already
Right.
just looking at us
Right.
nonstop.
Well, see what I'm doing? Do you see how much I'm saying no? I'm not. I'm not saying I don't need to talk. It's about the behavior, not about me going blah, 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 blah. Good. My job on earth is to be the good guy. He gets himself into trouble, just like a wolf or a coyote would. Good. Yes. Good. Without a consequence, he'll never learn. But the consequence can't be from a human psychological perspective. It has to be from an animal perspective. Good. Good. So he would already be snarling and fighting and good. But do you see that it doesn't stay tight? Good. And it just conveys information to him.
And you praised him when he looked at you.
Yes.
Right into your eyes.
You have to praise for the thing that they're doing right. In conclusion, this is a very effective method and very effective equipment for handling high drive dogs in situations where things can become out of control very quickly. I want you to approach this with your own dog slowly and at a distance, as I talked about before. I want you to take it slow, I want you to be patient, but this could help you tremendously getting your high drive reactive dog to start listening to you better so that you can move forward in training. Remember, keep it simple, keep it easy, keep training.